Good afternoon, and welcome to Purchase Broadcast Studios. I'm your host, Gracie Wenner. From an article published by Business Insider in 2019, 1,400,000 students were surveyed nationwide by the Princeton Review and asked, how widely is marijuana used at your school? SUNY Purchase was ranked at number 13. In New York State, it is legal for adults 21 and older to possess up to 3 ounces of cannabis and up to 24 grams of concentrated cannabis outside of your home for personal use. But on SUNY Purchase campus, you may not use, possess, and/or distribute cannabis, marijuana, including, but not limited to, medical marijuana and marijuana paraphernalia, or any other cannabis and/or marijuana products in any form on SUNY Purchase property and/or sponsored events. In the Student Code of Conduct, students can expect disciplinary probation or even expulsion if caught with possession. I took to the students to see if the Business Insider ranking is accurate and if the no smoking policy and its reprimands are fair.
Well, I can smell a lot of weed all the time, so that's, yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Honestly, if they did it again, it'd probably be a little higher.
We don't smoke.
Neither of us do, but I think
But
most of our
everyone
friends,
we hang out
yeah,
with does.
You go out for long enough, you like see someone smoking weed, or like, yeah, it tends to be what happens.
Yeah. So yeah.
I think that we should also. I'm surprised we're not higher on the list.
Right, yeah. I feel like
like-
we're pretty resourceful with where we go, where we sneak off and do what we need to do, get through the day. What were you gonna? I think I cut you off.
No, you're good. There's definitely like a really strong weed culture here, which I think ultimately is good because it's like in lieu of like the alcohol culture that's prevalent in most college campuses, which in my opinion is a lot more destructive.
Mm-hmm.
It leads to a lot more people getting hurt and a lot more people hurting other people.
The campus being all woods, there's plenty of little spots to get away, and I think that definitely breeds a culture of like hiding from administration, and being a non-smoking campus might make it a little more fun for people too, in my opinion. Being able to just like hide away with all these little places, for sure.
I don't think it's fair, because most like, how do I say, just because everyone's adults, so it's legal outside of campus, so I don't really get why it would be illegal in campus. So yeah, so I would say no.
I think based on legality, I think it should be like allowed. I think there should be designated zones. I think that would really increase like, I don't
Like
know.
a smoking area?
Yeah, like a smoking area. I think that's like a good idea generally as well.
I think they should definitely say that on all their brochures and flyers. And
Just to make the parents happy.
Yep.
But honestly, even if you tell somebody something, they may never do it fully.
I think so, because regardless of whether or not smoke-free, obviously people are still going to smoke, like evidently with the Purchase being on that list. And the only difference is that it just like
How
like,
open people are about it.
Yeah, and it just like ends up like putting people in trouble and like taking away like their academic opportunities for something that doesn't hurt anyone. And I think if like there's plenty of more nefarious things that we should be keeping an eye on, like there's
that's
a
real.
fentanyl crisis,
Yeah.
and like if somebody is distributing that, which there have been things like that happening on campus where people selling like medications that people usually are given a prescribed amount they're supposed to take in a very specific dosage, and that can be really destructive. And like that's what we should be worried about, not like this thing that like no one has ever died from.
I didn't go here when I was visiting a couple, like I have friends who go here like a couple years ago, and I was here and I was like smoking a cigarette and they were like hitting a bong, and the RA like came out at like 2 a.m. and like wrote them up, and the hearing was just like annoying. I mean, it's not bad. So like it's not bad. It was just like they were really freaked out for like a while because they're like so slow with it that it kind of just like builds up like the anxiety, I guess.
Like I knew this one kid freshman year who had like a weed gummy edible that they were like gonna give to their friend, and Purchase framed it as like intention to sell, and they like expelled him for that, or like suspended. Like they had like some very serious disciplinary consequence, which like if I feel like if you're not hurting anyone, then it shouldn't be.
Demonized.
Yeah, it shouldn't be demonized.
Like heavily enforced? No. I mean, it's not really bothering anybody that I know. But I think, yeah, definitely like campus police presence is, since last year, definitely ramped up. Like I've seen it And it's just like, I don't know, you could be just doing something better than policing college kids just trying to have a good time for 4 years. So in my opinion, I definitely think that it's over-enforced, but at the same time, I've definitely, it's not stopping anybody.
That's right. I do think there are certain like measures that need to be put in place, but sometimes they can be a little dramatic, and they feel like they need to in order to prove a point and like scare other people into falling in line and behaving. But it just teaches people to be more sneaky. So
Definitely.